Hey, welcome to Page and Pint video update number 3. It's actually Page and Pint video update number 4. I just remembered. We've got Terrapin High and Hazy IPA today, which I've had a number of times. I think it comes in their mixed 12 pack. They're like IPA survival pack, I think it's called. Um, but I just got a 6 pack of this because it was buy one get one at Publix. It's good. I've realized that both on my Instagram and here, I pretty much just drink IPAs, and then all of my commentary on them is just, damn, if it's hazy, I'm like, yeah, it's a good hazy IPA. And if it's hoppy, I'm just like, yeah, crazy good hoppy IPA. Like, I don't have good insight into this stuff. But this is good. It's fruity, tropical, like mango. Um, yeah, pillowy. It's good. It's solid. I think Terrapin's bought out by someone now. But they used to be one of the OG Atlanta craft breweries. All right, I've got 3 books to talk about today. I haven't uploaded a video in about a month, I think. We'll talk about Post Office by Charles Bukowski. I read Bukowski, one other Bukowski in high school called Factotum, which I vaguely remember the plot too, but I remember really liking it. So I picked this up. I loved the cover. I heard this is a good. I don't know where this sits and when he wrote it. Um, I don't know if this is his first, but I've read people say this is a good like introductory book to Bukowski. After reading this, I bought like 6 or 7 used Bukowski books and some of his uh, poetry collections as well. It's good. It's about a guy who works in the post office. He's like an alcoholic, um, kind of a piece of shit, womanizer, gambler, and it just follows his life over the course of I don't know, I think several years. It's just very entertaining and funny. He's problematic for sure, and his opinions on women and like what he writes about there is obviously not great. But I guess it it's still good to me. He's got great insight into um, sort of the human condition, and some of the shit he says is absurd, and I think it's funny. And I what scares me is I don't know at times if I'm laughing sort of with him or at him. Like if he says some of the absurd stuff about women, if that's supposed to be fun, like if it's funny because of how absurd it is, or if does that make sense? Probably problematic, um, but I can't help myself. It's very entertaining. I couldn't put that one down. Next up, we have The Intuitionist by Colson Whitehead. Now, it's been a couple weeks since I've read this one. I went through phases while reading it where I was very into it, and then the next couple chapters I would be kind of zoned out. There's things to love. I didn't love his writing style in general. It's one of those where there would be a few pages of descriptions of something that I felt like wasn't. It felt like a book I was reading for school. I know that's probably like a pretty elementary sort of take, but there were boring parts. It felt very pretentious at times, like everything's a metaphor, everything's symbolic for something else, which is fun. It was good, and it's definitely insightful. I guess I should say what it's about. It follows Lila May, I think is her name, Leela May. She's the first black female elevator inspector, and it doesn't really say what world this is like. If this is it's like an alternate world similar to the world we live in. It's like New York City in the 40s type vibe. And there's like it's all about the this elevator inspector sort of governance and system there's the Intuitionists, and then there's, I already forgot the name of it, but this the other sector is like more traditionalist, where the Intuitionists are these new wave of elevator inspectors who, when they go out to inspect an elevator, they go off like vibe alone. They like ride in the elevator and can like intuit the, you know, what's broken or what's working. So there's kind of like a clash there, and they have like elections to elect the leader, and it's like an intuitionist versus a traditionalist. I forgot the name. Um, what happens is it's close to an election, and there is an elevator that free falls, and Lila May, the protagonist, the first female black elevator inspector, was the last one to inspect it. So she kind of gets thrown into the mix, and it was so unique and like niche. Like I don't think there's been another book that obviously follows an elevator inspector. So the novelty of that, I felt like for the first half of the book, um, had me going. It was very slow moving, and one part of the book I did really like is I think he was sort of like the founder or one of the first intuitionists. Wrote a book called The Theoretical Elevator, and they pull snippets from that and put them in throughout the book, and that's where it was like some like deep meaningful stuff. But yeah, I don't know if I would recommend it. I think you got to be in the right mood, and I think at times I wasn't when I was reading that. All right, next up, I told myself I would look at the names of the two protagonists in this because I already forgot them. Oh no. Marianne and Connell? I'm talking about Normal People by Sally Rooney. I hadn't read a Sally Rooney book before this. Obviously, this is the one people, I think this is the one people suggest most. Obviously, there's the Hulu series. Is it Hulu? There's some kind of TV series based on it with the handsome lad from Gladiator, Paul Mescal. I don't know if I'm making that name up. Anyway, my first Sally Rooney, I loved it. I was sucked in and just fully invested. I read that at Disney World too, and it was one of those things where I was like excited to wait in a line on a ride or like ride the bus back to the resort because I just wanted to read more Normal People. It follows Marianne and Connell, who are in like high school or primary school in the UK. And it follows their relationship from then over the course of a few years into college or university. Um, and it does a great job of really diving into like being that angsty, like depressed, sort of like lost teenager, and how love and relationships at that age kind of form and play out. Everything about this book felt authentic. Um, the dialogue, which I think is a hot button topic with Rooney, because there's no quotation marks in the dialogue, which took getting used to for sure. But man, I really enjoyed it. And by the end, I didn't know how to feel mainly about Connell. I was telling my wife, she hasn't read it, but I was like, man, I need to find someone who's read this to talk to about this because it's a book club book for sure. I feel like this is a book you want to talk about. Um, so I really liked that, and I'm happy I liked it because obviously there's more Rooney books, and I hope they're just as good. Conversations with Friends. I hope I'm not completely mixing that up with a Emily Henry book. I think that's another book from her. Obviously, Intermezzo came out recently. Um, so yeah, a really great read, and I'm glad I read it, and I'm excited for more Rooney. I think that's all I've read over this last month. Right now, I am reading Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. I had to reshoot that because I forgot the author's name, and I forgot it again. Um, I'm probably 120 pages in. This is a big boy Western, very fun so far. Similar, not similar to Normal People, uh, similar to Normal People in the way that I'm so invested in the characters and they all feel very authentic. Um, I can tell I'm about to set off on an adventure, and I'm excited about it. I'm also reading Life for Sale by Yukio Mishima, and I'm mostly listening to this one, and it is insane. I didn't know anything about him, and I don't. The plot of the book is this man attempts suicide, doesn't succeed, and then decides, I'm going to sell my life. He puts an ad in the newspaper, life for sale. Um, and he goes on these like the people he meets and what they want out of him. Super entertaining and weird. And I'm really enjoying it. It's very sort of existential, Camus esque. I could see this being something Camus would write. But yeah, I don't know anything about. I'm probably not even pronouncing it right. Mishima, Mishima. I read his Wikipedia and he killed himself at I think like in his 40s for political reasons. Uh, and now I want to know what I need to read about him. So yeah, that's what I'm reading. That's what I've read. I'll try to film videos more regularly. I was just not feeling it, so I'm just gonna do this when I feel like it. I feel like if I feel like I have to do something like film a video, I'm just gonna quit doing it. But if you watched this, thank you. Um, yeah, cheers.